We're on. Somebody tell Dr. Heel we're on now. Stage crew, get in there. What? We're on. What? We're on. Oh, hi. Just listening to a little bit of rain. Hi. Welcome to the Dr. Heel Show. I am Dr. Heel. H-E-A-L. I try to heal bad relationships. Not H-I-L-L like my good friend Hank Heel. This show will delve into the abysses and pinnacles of complex relations. I will bring special experts on the show, hear both sides of the story, and make my recommendations as a clinical psychologist and host of my own internet, television, and radio talk reality show. Today's guests are Jason and Breezie Bafile. Well, I don't want to feel bad if I pronounce it wrong, so we'll just call them Breezie and Jason for now. A little background. Breezie started out as an assistant in a successful, very lucrative photography business run by Jason. As it turned out, revealing news showed Breezie was the brains behind the operation. Jason just rose to astronomical proportions with his successful children's photos and shoots, among others, and it turned out Breezie was being overworked, her ideas were stolen. Jason, he just became obsessed with the business. We'll bring them on and try to get in a little background and see where the problem started and what they perceive is the stumbling blocks between them. I will make recommendations, and if true love does exist there, my show gets results. I will have them back together. Fate have it. Que sera, sera. Instant karma. All right. Bring the guest in. Now, let me check my notes here, Breezie. When you worked with Jason, with the children, had phenomenal success, which you love the children, but your signature phrase, what was that? Did Jason had you say dozens, hundreds, maybe thousands of times in a week? And it did it do anything to your mental stability at the time? I mean, did you feel like you would lose it or crack it up?
Greetings. Watch the birdie. Jeez, I cracked myself up.
Oh yeah, another thing I checked, Breezie. It seems our research has discovered that Jason actually paid you below minimum wage. I mean, it's ridiculous. We got the statements. We were able to obtain his tax records. I mean, how did he pay you? What did you ask for?
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Jason, your turn. Now, when Breezie finally did leave your company, she said She had certain rights, certain assets. She was entitled to a lot of entitlements. So she told the world and her lawyer. What did you tell her, Jason? What did you say to Breezie and her right to entitlements and be entitled?
I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Just checking the records here, Breezie. Now, when Jason gave you all those mundane jobs and tasks, had you doing janitor work, dietary work, stage work, photo work, I mean, he was pushing you in all different directions. How did you take that, and what did you tell him?
I've had enough of you pushing me around.
I made you, and I can break you just as easily.
Wow, Breezie, that answer to Jason, I can tell you are getting strained. I personally believe there's poor communication between yous both. Let's bring an expert in. I've known him for years as a captain, and he is quite the expert at dealing between human and animal relations. Captain, what do you think is the root cause of this problem?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Now, Breezie, you told us before, the staff, that when you worked with Jason, you wasn't sure what your job exactly was. He didn't have a clear job description. I know you took it upon yourself to determine what your job was there, year after year. And your jurisdiction, I don't know how far that went. What did you tell Jason about that?
My job is to make sure that you do your job. So my jurisdiction's pretty much in your face.
And Jason, it's true that at times Breezie would miss the shot. Her timing would be a little off. But she tried hard. She tried her best. I mean, she was doing it. You were so successful. Thousands of times a week, I heard. I mean, I'm sure there was times when you thought she failed you. I mean, maybe now and then. And you should be understanding. What did you tell her? Every time.
You have failed me for the last time.
Jason, we have heard you say that Breezie's talent, it was unbelievable. Maybe you were a little bit jealous. I mean, how did that affect you? I mean, was it getting rougher as time went on? I mean, did you feel like you were getting near the end? How did you feel?
I can't take it anymore! Well, whoop-de-freaking-do!
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
You doggies. I got to think on that a minute. I got her. Breezie, I can understand you wanting to leave, going out on your own, starting your own business, but you do love the man. I know you do. We'll work through this. When you finally left, deep in your heart, by your answer, I'll be able to comprehend your emotions and regain that stability. What did you tell him? What were your parting words?
Nice working with you.
Jason, when Breezie came to you and finally admitted she was being held back, her talents could not expand, I mean, how did you take it? What did you tell her? Was it believable?
I can't believe it. I just don't believe it.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Well, whoop-de-freaking-do!
Now, Jason, it seems from reading my notes that a lot of times you and Breezie, your conversations, they just went back and forth. I mean, did you really listen to each other? Not just hear. There's a big difference, Jason. I hear noises. I listen to what people say, though. I listen to what nature says. I listen to my heart. I mean, hearing is more a mechanical mechanism, whereas listening involves a lot of emotions. And I believe love is the main emotion between you and Breezie. I mean, were you listening to her, or did you just hear what she had to say? What did you tell her?
I hear that you hear what I'm saying, but do you truly hear what I'm saying?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Well, whoop-de-freaking-do!
Breezie, Jason, listen to me. I, the captain, the crew, we have analyzed this situation. The love's there. You're just off the track. We'll get you rerouted. Like we said, there's no communication there. You're yelling at each other. You're focusing on the small issues. It's like a great philosopher, local, Blair Murphy. He taught us years ago, you bring everything together in the mix. It's always better than the separate elements. His expert down there, Chef Tom, he proved that with his delicious food. The festivals down there, there are so many talented people that come together. They incorporate all the individual abilities and arts, works, what they do, writing, poetry, anything. They bring it together and make a beautiful blend. That's what you need to do. Jason, Breezie, Jason. Join back together. I know you can do it. You overlook each other's idiosyncrasies, annoying habits. I mean, I learned that through years, decades, being married to the wonderful Lady Diane. It breaks my heart. You need to try. Breezie, I've analyzed all our interviews. I've talked to the experts. We all feel that communication is your problem. Jason is now listening, not just hearing. I mean, tomorrow is another day. I mean, what would you do to get him back? I'm sure you want to return to the business, to join together, like I said, where the sum would be far greater than the individuals. What do you think? What way should we go?
I'll think of some way to get him back. After all, tomorrow is another day.
Jason, you heard Breezie's response. What are you going to tell her? I know there's love in your heart. Are you going to take her back? What she said, how did that affect you?
To hear you say that makes me love you, baby.
Orchestra, let's sing them out.
Love is a many splendored thing. It's the April rose that only grows in the early spring.